Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome to the All Things Gratitude Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Dorsey. Real quick, before we get started, I want to big shout out to our sponsor today, Pawn & O's. Pawn is a talent acquisition and engagement firm focusing on attracting and retaining top talent for their clients. So if you need to get a hold of Pawn & O's, or if you want to know anything more, look down in the comments below, man. They're down there. Click the link. So, man, this is awesome. Our next guest I've been connected to for a little bit. We've talked a little bit off and on, but this is the first time we've actually talked in person. So this is great. We had a nice conversation, green room, talking about stuff. Our next guest has a passion for helping people. He enjoys networking and interacting with people. Networking is his passion to help build real relationship and unlocking new doors and opportunities for many. He is a life business marketing and sales consultant that does worldwide service, creating unique ads to promote for your business, content creating, life coaching, business management, consumer service training for small and large corporations. He always loves to ask the questions, how may I be of service? And you've probably seen the best hashtag I always say on LinkedIn, everybody, thinkers at work. Love that hashtag. And then you see the phrase all over. And I know you're going to hear it because his phone's going to blow up because he's on his phone. Text me now, 434-993-8060. You see that all over the place, everybody. He's the co-founder of Real One-on-One Consulting. Please welcome to the show, Jaris Tucker. What's up, man?
What's up, Nick? Thank you for having me, man. Such an honor.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun, man. We were talking about earlier, just everything that's going on. Real quick, shout out to our man, Jordan Mendoza. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, Jordan?
You're doing some great things out there. You're putting out great video. And the one thing I really like about you, man, you keeping it real. I mean, you are being real. And because that's how I am. And I just love it. Look at, I'm in a sweatshirt and beanie. This is my show. I don't care what people think. People are going to be here because of the personality we put out, the guests we have, and just how much fun we have. It's raw, it's unscripted, and that's kind of how you are, man. And it's funny, you brought up a post earlier today. We were talking about you got a glass in your hand standing out there. My comment was, what's in your glass, man? So, we got to have a little fun. So I love how you put fun into it. I love how you work with your clients. I love how you engage on LinkedIn, man. So, I mean, really quick for the audience, you don't know who Jaris is. Tell them what Real One-on-One Consulting does and how you can help people out in businesses.
All right. For those who don't know me, my name is Jaris Tucker. I started Real One-on-One Consulting about 3 years ago. I was working as a full-time production supervisor, and I just didn't like the culture in the warehouse that we were working in. I was trying my hardest to keep everything positive, but it was just toxic. I used to call it like every day, it was like me dancing with the devil. So I had already had a business degree in marketing, but I just wasn't using it. And I always had told myself that I wanted to be my own boss, to become an entrepreneur. So as things started to get tougher at the place I was working, I would start doing my own research on business, marketing, advertising, and branding. And that's what Real One-on-One Consulting is. It's just a marketing company. I show people how to increase their customer traffic, how to increase their brand awareness, whatever it is that you're trying to do. I like to call it, I create special recipes. So if you are somebody, a business owner, or a large corporation, and you have a product or service and you want to think outside of the box, you call me, you call Real One-on-One Consulting, and we'll boost up and help promote whatever you have going on.
Awesome, man. Or you text that number. So you get him blowing up that way. So that is great, man. I love it when companies will bring people in to think outside the box, because, you know how companies get stuck in their ways. They have the worst saying ever in business is, this is the way we've always done it, because it's been successful, but doesn't mean it's going to be successful tomorrow or the week after or the week after that. So I love the fact you can come in, help them out, think outside the box, and just take their business in a different direction. If that's some great ideas in marketing, or if that's, hey guys, we need to build a LinkedIn profile. We need to build this social media profile. We need to build your webpage better. We need to put backlinks in, whatever it is. That's great, man. I love you getting out there, because right now businesses really need that with the type of the world we're in right now. And I think it's going to be a lot more issues for companies who haven't done that. So, man, there's a lot going on for you here.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you say that because that's the transition phase I'm in now, where a lot of customers and clients are calling me because COVID has kind of, put a spin on things. And I'm one to say, okay, look, you might have a restaurant business. You can't get customers to come in. Have you thought about setting up something where you can have people call in and come pick up the orders or even deliver them? That's what I'm kind of doing now. So it's just ironic that you even mentioned that.
So awesome. Tony here puts up, love your hashtag. Click on it and follow it, man. It's awesome. It's a great hashtag. You'll see it all over. Now that you know of it, man, it's all over the place. So
appreciate it.
So man, God, it's just you're always putting out videos, man. You're always different places, like you're outside in the woods or you're in your backyard, you're doing something with kids, right? You're just all over. When you're trying to figure out to do your business and everything, and you're trying to figure out how to promote yourself and brand yourself and everything, what was it that was just like, hey, you know what? Let's just put out raw video. Because we talked about this. We talked about being the perfect person in a video and doing perfect videos or doing the raw part of it. I feel the raw part of it's the best way to go. But I mean, what made you get to that conclusion? Or is it just, just saying, hey, I'm trying a different direction or just trying things out?
I realized that we represent a lot of people. There are people who are trying to get to the success, if you want to say, for lack of a better word. I'm working hard on myself every day. So when I would put out content, this is the feedback that I was getting. I can remember doing my first videos. I was just, call me if you need some advertisement. I wasn't trying to spread positivity. I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just literally trying to promote my company. And I wasn't getting anywhere. So I did a video, or I put out a piece of content disclosing my frustration about what was going on. And I noticed from that point on, that's when I started gaining traction. So I kind of thought about it. I said, people, they want to see the realness. They wanted to hear me say, look, I don't have anybody. I don't have any clients. I need some money. I just quit my full-time job. I'm broke. What am I supposed to do? And that's what people attract to me for. They want the authenticity. They want the realness. And to me, I've just always been a straightforward person. So why not put out who I am?
Yep. I love that, man. Because I know when I first started doing videos, man, I would film 4 or 5 times to make sure it's right because I didn't want to screw up. I didn't want to do that. And I think that was frustrating me more, trying to find that perfect video than just going up there, just filming it. If I make a mistake, who cares? I mean, we're all human. That's what's going to happen, and I screw people's names up all the time on the show. I tell you that right now, and do I feel bad? Yes. But at the same time, it's like, sorry, I'm like, that's just who I am. So, it's really cool. I got to hit this. I'm sorry. And, I love that of you, man. I just love that. I love that you put some stuff out. People gave you some criticism a little bit. It sounded like you thought about it. You put out that video. People came back to you a different way. So you're able to take some of the criticism that came in, think about it, do something else a different way. And then you created this new style, which is being very successful for you. So instead of saying, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about, screw them, you got to do it this way, you're like being open-minded about it. So, man, right on, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, because something else that I do is I got a life model recipe, as I like to call it, for success or for whatever I'm trying to do. So if somebody's giving me feedback, I can't take it personal because this is something that they see. I have to look at their perspective to understand, okay, is this something true? Is this somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about? Either way, I'm going to consider it. Mine is my feelings. And I've learned to do that and to continue to do that and just build up a recipe for happiness or success. And it's always a give and take. I'm sticking to my core values and my principles and my morals. But if I can add something from you, I've learned a lot from you, then I'm going to add to my recipe. And that's just how I like to do. I like to live my life like that.
You said something that before that really just, it made me feel good because you said you've learned from me and stuff I've done. And it's not, and it's one of those things where I wasn't even trying to do anything. So it feels great that, and you're doing the same thing for people. and then you're going to hear from somebody down the road, hey, because you did this or did that. It's just because we're being real and putting out the content that we know works for people. It may not work for everybody, but it works for certain people. Everybody's going to have a different strategy or a different agenda or a different way of doing things. But like you said, I think more and more people now, especially in this COVID era, because we're working from home, a lot of people, a lot of it's video, they're looking for that realness. They're looking just for that. I almost want to build a friendship before business. Let's develop that friendship, and let's turn it into business. Because then we know each other. We know how we're going to work with each other, and we know what the outcome 99% of the time is going to be. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's just funny that you say that, because that's what I'm meant to doing now. I'm big. I'm huge. I love networking, right? But I like it not to just try to collaborate. I'm understanding now the relationships that I built 5 years ago with people are just now turning into things. So when I network, I go in it with the thought process of actually building a relationship, because once I get to know you and you know me, there are going to be so many things that just start to pop up. And that's what I like. I like the thrill of knowing, okay, you tag me in a post and say, look, like what Jaris have going on, y'all reach out, connect to them, and you didn't even know that I got 2 shows to do just because they know you and they value your word. So now I have been brought into your network. So networking is very big to me.
Oh, it absolutely is, and I'm so glad that happened for you. And that makes me feel good that what I'm actually putting out there is actually helping. And that to me, that's the biggest thing of it all. I mean, I'm in a little different circumstance than a lot of people. I have a 9-to-5 job. I have that. I'm not on here to build a business. I'm trying to, but I'm not right now. So that's not my main focus. So I can come out and be more free flow and have more fun and do some things. But if it's helping someone like you or helping this person around the corner, and I'm not intentionally, it's just happening organically, that is the best way for all this to work, And you brought up an awesome point there earlier, is building a relationship with someone. And I mean, that's how I feel. Yeah, I got a big following. Yeah, I don't have personal relationships with them all, but the 50 or 60 people that I can say I deal with a lot, I have personal relationships with them. And some of these other people, I've got people who text, hey, can I just tag you in a post because it'll help? Sure. And I'll go in there and say, thank you for the mention, and if that helps boost you a little bit, right on, go for it. That's what we're about. Let's enjoy this and help each other, especially this year, Jaris. It's been just a dumpster fire, man. And so many people have lost their jobs. So many people are trying to go out on their own and everything, let's try to help, why not? Because in the long run, a lot of those people will remember it, and it may not be today, tomorrow, next week, but maybe next year, something's going to come back around to you, and it's going to be amazing. And it's just going to be like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. And that's the best kind of support you get right there.
Yeah. And you nailed it. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's actually building a relationship of support first, because I don't know what you need. You might have a product or a service that I will never use in my life. But guess what? If I build a relationship with you and I get to understand and know who you are, then I might have a friend that does need the product and that's willing to spend the money. And I can say, hey, look, why don't you reach out to Nick? He has this going on. I know this is a good person, because that's what we're doing business with, the actual person, because it's something about you that I like. It may be something you said or something that resonates me, that makes me comfortable giving you my trust to spend my money.
And here's the biggest thing too is, let's say you just get overwhelmed with clientele and everything, and let's say I'm doing the same thing you are, just because we're competitors, but if we built that great relationship, we can trust each other. You can say, hey man, right now it's tough, but this guy over here, Nick, he could really help you out. I really highly recommend him. And the same thing would happen back for me to go over to you. I mean, you can be competitors, but sometimes you offer different things in a different way that is a better fit for somebody else. And if you have those relationships, you can work in tandem with other people. That's a lot of people are scared to do that, and they shouldn't be. They feel it's a competition. Oh, Jared says what I do, so screw him. I'm done with him. No, everybody needs to work together on this, because eventually, everything will come around. And I believe in karma, and good aura and all that stuff. That stuff will come around when you're being a jerk to people and not being people. So absolutely.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot because I'm into doing the life coaching, and a lot of people are reaching out, but I've noticed the people that want my help, I'm like, man, you might be a little bit more advanced than I am. Let me introduce you to somebody else that's helping me out, so we don't waste each other's time. And I find out, I heard you say something about leadership. That's why I'm so amped to be part of helping the role in leadership in today's society, because it's almost as if people just maybe don't understand and know the same conversation that you and I just had. They might not know. So it's up to people like me and you to put it out there to the world and say, look, you don't have to try to be greedy. I mean, they might not even be looking at it as greed. It's just, I need to be doing this. And I can say, that's fine. But what about helping the next person? Because that's all I'm about. Take care of myself, my family, and pave the way forward for somebody else.
Absolutely. And you kicked on a keyword is leadership there. I think leadership now is almost lost art, and it needs to come. I don't even know if it was a real art to begin with ever, because leadership, I'm in the middle of two generations. I'm in the middle of the upper generation and the lower generation. I've worked for those bosses that are F you, you're lucky you got a job, you're getting a paycheck, but that's the way it was. And then when the internet launched and all of a sudden all these recruiters are online, all these job postings can be found everywhere, all of a sudden that changed everything, because now, before it was like I have to look at the newspaper for a job or know somebody. Now all I got to do is make a couple clicks on my computer and bam, I got job postings up the yin yang, as you would say, you know? So, so I think the leadership, what you're doing is right now is the time where you have to build strong leaders. You have to build good leaders. You have to build servant leadership, compassion, gratitude, empathy. You know, you have to do all that with your teams. Still be a strong leader and get stuff done, but still treat them like humans, not numbers, as I always say, you know, and love that. That's one of your focuses, and that's great, man. I mean, there needs to be a lot more of that out there, and especially with this virtual world, leadership is going to be huge here, because it's going to change here in the next year, big time.
Yeah, and it's crazy that you said. I did a video yesterday discussing leadership, and I talked about how I felt about it, but I opened it up for the public to place their tips and techniques and concerns on how they feel about leadership. And they said everything that you said. Maybe it's a lost art. We're missing accountability. We're missing humility, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, guys, this is why I'm so into it and pushing it so much, because believe it or not, every job I've always had, I would always start at the bottom, and the managers would reach out to me to become a leader, supervisor, or whatever the case may be. But I didn't know at the time that they would see traits in me as a leader. I didn't understand it until I really embarked on like a 3 or 4 year journey, man, of self-awareness, understanding who I am, understanding my emotions, understanding what it means to lead by example, understanding what it means to follow. So I put a lot of time and energy into actually becoming a leader, because thinking about my upbringing, I would always be responsible for making sure my brothers and sisters and everybody was okay. So I've always been kind of groomed or molded to be a leader. Now I understand that it's more important than just being a leader on the job. We need leaders in the world. Before you become an entrepreneur, parent, or anything, we're human beings first. So as a human being, let me make sure I'm okay. If I'm okay, then I'm able to handle the next human being better or more efficient than I would if I wasn't okay.
Yeah, dude, love that. I believe you're 100% spot on. It's like I always say, you have to love yourself before you can fully love someone else. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of someone else. I mean, it's not about me, but you still have to be in that state of mind to be able to give that back out too. So love what you're saying there, man. Dig it. I mean, that is great. And then with leadership, man, it's really weird, because you took care of your siblings and everything growing up. I wasn't in that situation, but I was always captains of my sports teams and everything. And I never put those two together, with work, because sports is, I was always like, oh, sports is this is great, but it's not work. Work is different. And then as I got older and I got my opportunity into a management role, and my mentor was coming in and talking to me about it, asked me about my childhood, about my sports and everything. And being that, she goes, you are the captain now. Remember that. This is why they voted you captain then, or the coaches had you captain then, because of leadership skills. This is why we're bringing you up and doing the same things, because you have them. You just don't realize it yet. And I was like, huh, that's when everything just turned, you know? But if I never came across that person, who knows? I might not be here today. You know, I might still have that same mindset as I had, 10, 15 years ago, So, I mean, it's all about who you come across. And like you said, building those relationships, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, because I want to thank you again. I don't even know if you understand what you did for me. You just was putting a comment. You mentioned another guy's name, like, hey, why don't you check out this person and that person, right? And as soon as you did, I saw it, and I was like, man, Nick, I appreciate it. My phone is instantly blowing up. Now, you didn't know nothing about it until I just told you today. So it's something that I feel like is very important. It has to be voiced so that other people can pick up on it and they can keep the ball rolling, because what I'm understanding is there are a lot of people who are on this wave before us and they got it going good. I'm just kind of getting on top of this wave, and I'm meeting other people that are already making it shake, and they are doing all this kind of fun stuff. So I'm just happy and excited to be here myself.
Oh, man, thank you so much. I mean, I kind of feel the same way about things, because there's a group of people I hang out with a lot from LinkedIn and personal friends, but they're all business owners and everything. And I'm not there. So being able to see what they do and ask them questions, and they've tagged me and stuff, and it exposes me to other people. I get where you're coming at, man. It's just a great thing. And they may not realize some things, but it helps me out. And I'm glad the couple things I can do has helped you out, man. And, I'd love to do more if I can, man. So, I mean, it's just people text him after the show, blow him up, blow his phone up, make sure we talking about 2020 and put in our rear view. So, we can all, Jaris and everybody, all you who text him can go into 2021, just full speed ahead. And let's kick this thing in the butt, because it really sucks right now.
After the show, because you start texting me now, you're gonna end up kicking us off. So we wait till
after. Jaris is, we'll say he's kind of like on the road, so he's using his phone. So I mean, he's got all his notifications. So if you hear a little bit of echoing, this is how much his phone's blowing up, everybody. So think about that, man. So my man the phone keeps going, man. So that's a great thing right there. That is a great thing. I mean, and hey, man, I give you props for putting a phone number out on LinkedIn to 770 million people. That is, I still don't know if I could do that. So, I mean, I'm just like, email me.
I thought about it, and I got it from Gary Vee, but I kept thinking about it. If you really want to help the people, right, then you have to give them access to you. And that's not just to text me now no more. Some people are comfortable emailing and in a direct message, but I'm somebody, people text the number, they call, hey, we think you a scam. What do you know about this? And I say, hey, this is what I know. And they're like, wow, nobody's ever, how much you charging? I'm not charging you nothing, because I have learned that, look, this is what I say I am, that we can get to the charging part later on. But right now, if I can help you just by thinking something, because it comes natural to me, whether it's something in marketing, whether it's something in life, put yourself first. You'll be surprised how many lives I've helped change by just telling somebody it's not selfish. If you've got to take care of yourself before you try to take care of somebody else. And people are like, wow, I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
It's funny you mentioned Gary Vee, and I know that video you're talking about putting yourself out there and his number. I think the difference is he has about 100 assistants replying to those. But no, the philosophy of it is he's absolutely correct on a lot of those ways. And he's a great guy to look up to, because he's one of those guys. He sells wine. He used to sell wine, and just doing it online and doing this. And he is one of the very first people to totally take advantage of all these social media platforms. Yes. And, if you like him or not, whatever, but he is raw. He is real. He tells it how it is. And your phone is still blowing up, my friend. And I can hear it. It's all good. And, some good stuff there. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us. It's great, and that's, I love that you do that. You put yourself out there, and you said, first couple times you talk to people, people, how much is this going to cost me? You say this one's free. You know what? Sometimes you got to do a little pro bono work up front, to build that relationship, to build that trust, and if you give a little bit away in the beginning, it's going to turn in great for you at the end. It really is, because I don't think a lot of people understand true marketing. You can put out all the content you want. You can put all the video content, but I still believe the best marketing in the world is somebody telling somebody else. The word of mouth is, to me, one of the best marketing things you can have, because if a friend tells me about you and I trust my friend, I don't have to do any more research. I'm calling you. That's the bottom line. I see you on a video, I'm going to spend a couple hours looking you up, seeing what you do, reading reviews about you. But that word to word, mouth to mouth, whatever you want to say, marketing to me it'll never die. It's probably the best marketing that was and will ever be. So,
and that's why I do it. I mean, I'm somebody. I've prayed for wisdom since a kid, and I didn't understand that I was literally getting wisdom this whole entire time, because I sit back and I learn from other people. So if I can add value to you, you're going to remember that. And it's just like you said, you may not have the money, but you may have another friend who does have some money or a resource. It's not about the money all the time. I tell people money to me is just a tool. So when you find somebody that has that resource, they may say, Jaris, how can I help you? I might not have money for sponsorship, but I have a great mentor who helped mentor me in entrepreneurship. I'm going to give him your name. Now I have a mentor. So that's just kind of how I kind of look at life. I have my own interesting perspective and outlook on things, but that's what keeps me going. And that is what has brought me to the point that I'm at today.
I really like that, because I kind of look at it kind of similar to where, like, I'll just use us as an example since we're here. Jaris, you're just balling out, in a year and a half. You're just balling. You got so much business going on. You need help. And like, I remember this guy, Nick, and you call, hey, Nick, I have a business proposition for you. I need somebody to come in and help me. Here's the salary we can start at. Here's the commission that we can go on top of that. Here's the affiliate, whatever, right there. That's what I'm looking. If you build all this stuff, it takes one person, Jaris, one person to change your life. It takes one person. And that's what I like about this platform, because there's so many people out there. We just maybe haven't found that person yet, but they're out there. They're out there. They don't know about us yet, but they're going to know about us, and they're going to take us because they're going to see what we can do for them. It's going to be there. I always say that. It's always there for me. That's why I'm like, you connect with everybody, and some people don't like that, but I'm like, I might find somebody, let's say in Asia somewhere, or India or Australia, that I connect with, and all of a sudden I'm working for them, and never thought I'd work in an international company like that, or even be in that job field. But for some reason, that person just liked what you did or what I did, and they're like, this person's going to be a perfect fit, and boom, here it comes, So that's why I say you just don't give up on a lot of that stuff,
Yeah, you're exactly right. I have made my passion bigger for networking, because that's what I'm starting to understand now. I mean, I already knew it, but it's just like, I hate to keep saying the same thing. When somebody put a post up on the computer, and then you say, hey, check this person out, then the people that are reaching out to me are people that already have a relationship with myself, but they're friends with you. So it makes it, okay, Nick is saying this, and I'm going to take his word. And that's what I enjoy, man.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, you naturally build relationships too for people you haven't even really met. I mean, we haven't really met in person or on video, but I feel like I know you. I'm just comfortable around you. I mean, we just got right on. I'm like, "What's up, man? How's it going?" It's like we're best friends. And everybody. This is the first time we've talked on video. We have. I mean, this is it. I mean, maybe 40 minutes ago. Logged on. I mean, but we have a natural flow, because I think it's because we respect what each other does.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing. I mean, the respect factor's there. So I can go and not meet somebody ever, but if I have the respect for them, I feel like they're my best friend, or I feel like they're close, just because I feel like they'll do anything for me, and vice versa. I'll do anything for them, So, I mean, I love your philosophy on building relationships, what you're doing on the platform, because we talk about this all the time. I mean, no offense to anybody out there, but if you sell Bitcoin, stop throwing I'm going to do this. And salespeople, I know the hustle's there. I know we need the hustle. I know it's struggling times, but do not start your first message with me. Hi, Nick, or hello, and that's it. Explain. We know where that's going. and then I get a 2-page sales pitch after that, and I'm like, have you even read my profile? I do everything you're trying to sell me.
Right.
Just give me the common courtesy of reading my profile and start the conversation. Pitch me like a week later. But do it first connect. I mean, I understand the hustle's there and people need to, put, food on the plate, take care of their families. I get that, but I don't know how many times it works, but I'm going to say 1 out of 100 that a different sales pitch work. And maybe they think, oh, there's 770 million people. If I said that enough people, I'm going to, you're going to burn your bridges too, man. I mean, you're eventually going to burn all your bridges, then you're going to have nothing again. You know?
And it's crazy that you said that, because that's where I come into play. Showing people, hey, I'm very interested in Bitcoin. I am, but I could not find one person that can, like you say, look, just, hey, man, I saw you on the show the other day. You were talking about this and that. Build a relationship. Then I can say, yes, I'm very interested in investing in money, or just even knowing what does that mean? What is even that? What is it that you do? But it's just ironic that a lot of people, like you say, I respect the hustle. You got the grind too. But what about building a relationship, of actually getting to know somebody before you just send out that 2-page message? Yep. I'm not going to read it.
I tell you a funny story about that. God, this was 12, 13 years ago. He's one of my good friends now, but he was a sales rep for all these paper products and chemicals. And he come marching into our building. He's all in nice suit, all looking up. And he was talking like he was above me. And I straight looked at him. I said, dude, get the hell out. And he just looked at me, what? I'm like, get out, dude, with that attitude.
Yeah.
Your fancy car and get the hell out of here. And he just didn't know what to do. I mean, because this was one of his big accounts. I was new there. He did. He come back a couple days later, and he's like, "What do I need to do to fix the relationship?" I go, "Act like a person. Number one, don't be robotic, and treat me as a friend." I go, "We don't have to be best friends, but treat me as a friend. Ask me about my family. Ask me about," because I go, if I'm going to be spending $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 a month on consumables with you, we're going to have a tight relationship, my friend. You know? And he was like, huh. So he came back a week later with a whole different game plan. I've used him at 5 different locations now, and we go golfing all the time. He's one of my good friends. You know, but it was just like, and he always tells me, man, you totally changed my perspective on stuff, because you just put it right in my face. And I was like, I had nothing to lose. I didn't care. But that was the point. I'm like, dude, don't come growing up like this. Don't be doing this to me. I mean, just show up in shorts and a t-shirt. I don't care. Just be real. You have to be in your suit because your work requires you. Fine, but just be real. Loosen up the top thing. Loosen up your tie. It's all good. I don't need to see that. I really don't. I need product and I need results, man. That's all I need.
And it's funny because I heard you say that word perspective, and I'm so big on that, because the more I meet people, and then I will say this too, I meet a lot of people every day, not just on the computer, but in real life. I'm actually like this in real life, right? So I love to see other people's perspective, because something that just pulls me in and I'm so interested is that some people just don't know. They might not have been raised this way, or their experiences in life has taught them that, hey, if I won't get Nick's business, I have to come at him like I got everything going on. That's their perspective. Now, what you did was showed him your perspective, a different view on things, and it actually worked. Now look what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And I do that. When I have new vendors come in or anything and they try to pitch me something, because if people don't know my background with facilities, I'm in facilities, so I do project management. I'm a manager. I'm a director of facilities, so I deal with vendors a lot. Deal with all that kind of stuff. And they come in. The first thing I tell them, like, don't come in here like you own this place. Don't come in here like you're because you ain't no better than me. Because I'll kick you right out of here. And you should see some of the looks I get sometimes. Like, what? I'm like, I don't care. I go, I just want good product for my entity, and I want to make sure I have a sales rep that if I have an issue and I'm paying $15,000 a month for my product, you're calling me back right away. I'm not getting shafted over the weekend and waiting to Monday. You're calling me, and I don't try to call them in the middle of the night or any of that stuff. Unless it's mechanical, that's a different story. But I'm just like, I just want a phone call within an hour. Or just text me, hey, man, this is what's going on. I'll get a hold of you right now. Just give me some type of response. Don't leave me hanging. That's the biggest thing I tell people. I go, dude, I want to know about your kids. I want to know if they play sports because I'm going to ask you about it. And then when you come in, I'm going to be like, hey, how's the little Billy soccer game? How's your team doing? How's Susie's basketball doing? Just something like that, because it breaks the ice still. And it does develop that more personal relationship. And I really feel a lot of sales reps out there, people are great at their work, at their job, but they're great at pitching the product, but they're not great at dealing with people. Does that make sense? Yeah. I've met with people who know their product inside and out. They know all the technicalities. They know the specs. They know how they can destroy their competitors and everything. But, man, you just look at them and the conversation's gone within about 10 seconds. It's like, dude, and I lose everything they're saying because my eyes are wandering in another direction. I'm saying? Man, girl personality, do something. Yeah, get a life coach. It's okay. I mean, nothing wrong with any of that. Just find somebody like Jaris. And just see. Look how we're interacting. I mean, this is how I like to interact with people. I really do. I mean, let's enjoy our time together. I mean, let's not waste each other's time. Let's enjoy it.
And that's why I appreciate what you're doing with this podcast. You're putting it out there. You're actually helping more people than you probably know. And somebody's listening right now and it's like saying, yeah, we're talking about you. Don't take it personal, getting your feelings. Just work on the relate because as human beings first, that's all we want to do is be happy and do our thing, right? So if I'm interacting with you, I have to build a relationship with you. I must know what you like, what you don't like. Because if I got let's just say you just bought a brand new car and I'm a car salesman, right? I haven't even paid attention that you put in a parking lot in a brand new car. And I'm like, hey, Nick, I sell cars, come buy a car. And you're like, I just bought a car. You're not even paying attention. You don't even, and I don't blame anybody, but I think that's why people like you and I job and duty is so important because somehow we just got distracted with what's been going on in the world for so long that we have been almost taught to think that this is how you get business. This is how you deal with people. This is how you push or promote your products. It's just by saying, hey, look, my name is such and such. I have this going on. Spend some money with me. And that's not how we need to do it.
I think everything in the world that's going on now with COVID, which is a bad thing. Let's put it out there right now. What's going on is crazy. And I feel bad for some families that are going through some tragedies, feel bad for all that stuff. I get it. But at the same time, I think business-wise, us slowing down like this is actually slow things down a little bit. And I always say the world's going full speed ahead. But looking for all those years, Jaris, I mean, people are saying it's impossible to work from home. Businesses won't survive from people working from home and everything. And all of a sudden, all these businesses are like, okay, how do we make it to everybody works at home? We can close down our huge corporate buildings that are costing us $8 million a month to run. How can we close it down? How can we save on overhead? How can we do that? So I think you kind of hit it there is some people were forced to take a step backwards, and really look in the mirror and brand themselves, redevelop, their outlook on things, and start over. So, some aspects, how bad the world is right now, a lot of things for some people, the perspective of it was really good for them to open their eyes up and help them out a little bit. So, I mean, I think the world needed to slow down. This is a bad way for it to slow down, but it needed to slow down somehow. But I don't know how it would unless it wasn't some tragedy going on, unfortunately. So, but anywho, so 2020 is in our rear view, my friend.
Yes, sir.
It is just right there. I call it a dumpster fire.
Yes, sir. I heard you say that.
Yeah. I've been saying that for months now. It's just been, I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those people where I hate working at home. I'm a face-to-face person. I'm a people person. I struggled, man. I struggled for months. And some of my friends know. I mean, I don't know if you noticed too much, but, in February, March, April, close to May, I took almost the whole of that time off in Hampton. I just needed to find myself. I needed to figure out all the stuff. It was crazy, man. And getting more comfortable now. But it's just this year's been tough. And I'm hoping, with everything coming up that next year, let's be realistic. We're looking at 4 or 5 months at the earliest, that everything just starts revving back up, where maybe we can do speaking engagements in person again. I mean, I guess it depends where you live, because some states are totally locked down. Some states are wide open. I live in a place that's pretty open, so it's kind of nice, but we're still careful, because we still have family members that we don't even think about what could happen, and man, I just hope 2021, man, is just huge for you. I do, man. You deserve it, man. You've been putting in the work.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'll let you in. This year, man, was huge for me. Even though I remember at the end of 2019, I had all these, 2020 visions, and I was getting speaking engagements. I was doing a lot. My thing was I was reaching out to the colleges. I wanted to talk to college kids. So I started at the first school that I graduated from, and I was going on, and everything was going good. But this year really allowed me to sit in, to study, to build myself up, to add structure, right? So I'm looking at 2021 like I got everything this year that I deserve, because I found me. I know who I am. I can talk to people now with confidence, and they ask me, what is your mission? What is your message? Who are you? I can tell you who I am now, going deeper than just my name.
Absolutely.
2021, I'm not going last year I kind of was like, wait, this time we'll just kind of slow it down and just, take it one day at a time.
Absolutely. I'm going to do this. We're going to have fun with this here, my friend.
Right.
I'm putting this in here really quick, and I'll show you. Yeah. So everybody, let's see. Can I do this? Yeah. Give them a text right there, 434-993-8060. Right there at the bottom. Give this man a text, man. But do it after the show.
After the
show. No, do it, man. He's being real, and man, that is awesome. What you just said was how you you sat back, figured stuff out, and reflected, and found out who you were in 2020. I mean, you could have done that in 2019. Let's say you could have done it in 2021. But the point is, you figured that out. You figured out what you want to do, who you are, how you want to market yourself. I mean, I think that's where a lot of people struggle is, and that's some things I kind of struggle on, because I do want to go out on my own and everything, but I don't know exactly what I want to do. Does that make sense? It's like, I have a skill set here. 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 How do I bring all those together to make a big skill set? Does that make sense? And I mean, I put this out there and everybody knows I want to be a public speaker. I absolutely want to be a public speaker. But what is my subject on public speaking? That's the thing. And what target audience am I going after? That's the thing. And that's why I said there's going to be somebody out there, Jaris, who hears me, who sees the podcast, and just like, I love his personality. We're going to develop him into this. This is what we want. Maybe somebody's seeing you right now and be like, Jaris is our man. Yes, he can be a consultant, but we need somebody to consult for our company because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that attitude. We're looking for that personality. We're looking for him to come in, or maybe it's just like, you know what? We feel he can relate to a lot of our employees, and that's what we need. We need somebody who can relate to people, and that's what I'm looking for. Maybe I can relate to a lot of people in this industry over here, so it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it absolutely is. Yeah, I put this up there. Yeah, he is absolutely correct. Damon, you're spot on. He is, and Damon's company is going to be booming too. So, I mean, and that's the thing, Damon's a great person for an example because he really redeveloped a lot of his stuff. He put on this thing called the Exit Your Way Roundtable and bringing in all these professionals and having these conversations and having these like networking events. And it almost rebranded him, and because he had to go that direction, and it exposed him to so many new people, and I'm sure he's getting business off of that now. He just put himself out there. He went on video. He did this. He did that. He's gone on podcasts, and he's been on mine. But it was awesome watching that from him, man. It awesome, and just seeing. He took his business from one level, but added a totally different, like you say, wing to his business, that with all this networking and what he's done, over LinkedIn. So, I mean, that's just awesome to see that kind of stuff, and people being open-minded enough to do those things. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. And I think that's what this year showed me was how to be open-minded. And like we were talking at the beginning of the show, now I'm in the stage to where I'm in the have fun stage now. You know who you are. You built relationships. Now allow some of that traction that I've gained to kind of fall into place. And while I'm doing that, this stage is having fun.
Absolutely. Hey, so where are you located at, man?
I'm in Virginia.
Virginia. The Commonwealth of Virginia.
Oh, man, don't say it, man. Commonwealth of Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
Yes.
Let's see here. What can we do out there? We got to find a speaking engagement to do out there, or you can come out to Arizona, man.
Let's do that. I would love to come to Arizona. Let's make that happen.
But don't come in May, June, July, or August. It's about 110. Right now it's cold, man. I got my TV on. It's 57. It's cold for us.
It's freezing. It's freezing here too.
That's how we're freezing at 50. So think about that. So, but no, we eat dinner outside tonight. Christmas Day, we ate dinner with 72 outside. I mean, let's find some engagement. Let's get it out here, man. I think what we do could be really fun, but it could be a comedy show, but serious at the same time. Because that's what people want. You got to get people on their toes. You got to keep their attention. People lose their attention within 6 to 10 seconds. That's the thing. You lose somebody, bam, just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not even going to put that one up. Oh, geez. Okay. This is a Washington thing. I'm from Washington. You got Dick's Burgers and you got Frugals. So the struggle is real for which one to go to. I mean, it's a win either way. Frugals go there because it's a closer drive. It depends on where Dick's drive-through goes through. If he's going up to the one up at Broadway in Seattle, stay away. It's scary up there. I don't go nowhere near that place. It makes a lot of think about Broadway and everything, man. My posse's on Broadway, man. That thing is it's nuts up there. So that's a first world problem. So Damon knows what he's talking about. Damon's from the Seattle area too. So Damon's the first person I met on LinkedIn off the platform.
Oh, okay, wow.
Besides the people I already knew, before then, but when I first started networking, him and I both have season tickets to the Seattle Seahawks. So we met up at multiple Seahawk games. So it was a lot of fun doing that, and have you been able to meet a lot of people off the platform? Has COVID just kind of struck that down pretty good?
No, I got to meet Damon. We have a show next month. But what's happening is I'm actually signing up a lot of people for LinkedIn now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'll probably sign up like 20 people to say, look, check this out.
Yeah.
I haven't met anybody. Let me slow down and think. Not yet. No.
we got to make that happen in 2021. I mean, these LinkedIn lives have to, or LinkedIn locals have to come back up, and I mean, when all this goes down, it's going to be great, man. It will be. And thank you, Damon. I'm going to put that right here. NFC West Division champs, Hawks. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I've been very fortunate because I had a job where I traveled all around. So I got to meet people like Joe Stepke. I got to meet Erica Warfield and Peter Hammer. I got to meet Jordan Mendoza. Who's all the people I met? I met Jordan, Russ Johns. God, I met a lot of people. I'm missing somebody. Who are they? Somebody's going to yell at me for missing them. But, but I've just been fortunate, to do that. And I think that's what makes this platform awesome. If you're able to do those things, then it takes it to another level.
Yes,
and that's why I can't wait to next year. And maybe, herd immunity comes around, everybody's vaccinated, whatever we need to do, and we're able to go meet up with people again. That's the key right there. And I think seeing your videos, man, and seeing your posts, then getting you in person, that's going to take your business to another level, man. It's just going to take you to another level.
Yeah. And I enjoy, like I heard you say, I was a production supervisor for a long time, so I would meet all kind of corporate people, executives, and this was just my life, and even my employees, and just training them and helping coach them as far as building them up, not just as far as the job was concerned. I'm waiting for everything to get back to normal or the new norm or whatever they're trying to call it, because I have a passion for doing this. I love being face-to-face, meeting people, interacting, because when I first signed up for LinkedIn, there were several people that would reach out and they're like, man, you look just like the person in your profile. I'm glad to be connected with somebody like you. So to meet people that I've met online and face to face, that's something I'm looking forward to, honestly.
I think a big part of me doing this podcast, besides people calling me out on posts to do it, but was getting out like this and letting people see the real me, and bringing people on like you, seeing the real you. And like yesterday, seeing who Tasia is, because she's a voice. People may recognize her voice, but they don't know her face and everything. So getting that out there, I've had Ira on, Damon on, Kelly Robinson on. A lot of these people, I've had on the show, and it's to get them out there, my friend, and let people see the real people, and that's the biggest thing for me, is you and I can type up the greatest posts in the world. We can be the greatest, we can write, we can type, we can do whatever we want. And then somebody meets me in person, they're like, well, you're not that person. You duped me, man. You took my money for this, doing this. They see the realness between my post and me, how everything all connects and everything. So I really tell people, if you can, make videos, put videos out there, let people see the real you, because I think that helps sales a lot. I really do, if they could see the real you. And trust me, people make some great videos. People go in and edit videos and production and everything. They're just amazing. Do not get me wrong, but I just love doing these unscripted raw ones. I mean, because it really shows who I am. That's my opinion on that. So, what's going on here? Oh, somebody invited me to something. Might be because one of your friends or something.
Okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
I owe you one anyway. So yeah, I owe you two actually. So yeah,
you don't owe me nothing, my friend. I mean, you just gotta be cool to me, man. That's all I look for.
Right.
Right. That's all we look for. So, hey, man. I mean, I'm sure Virginia's kind of locked down, I believe. So, hey, make the best of tonight what you can do, man. I mean, maybe have a couple adult beverages and enjoy the new year and just say goodbye 2020.
Right.
I mean, that's all we can do right now. So, here we go. You got a buddy here. I know. I'm connected to Michael. So,
yeah, this is somebody I encourage the viewers to reach out, because Michael Rivera and a couple of other people, Brandon Beasley, Michael Adams, we kind of started on LinkedIn together, and we have, they helped me out with a lot with the hashtag Think It's at Work. It's not all me. That is Michael Rivera, Brandon Beasley, Michael Adams, and Michael Rivera was one of the first people that reached out to me, and he and I have been friends since day one. You know, we haven't met each other in person, but we talk on the phone a lot. So big shout out to Michael Rivera. If you're watching, everybody reach out and connect with him. He's one of the best people that I know on LinkedIn because we actually built that real relationship. So shout out to Michael Rivera.
Michael said there's nothing wrong with drinking some beer tonight. So
yes,
maybe you should do a post so I can ask you what's in your glass again. I mean, no, that's awesome. It's like, for me, like this, the name of this podcast, All Things Gratitude, that came from one of my connections, Professor Pete Alexander. He's like, dude, you show a lot of gratitude and everything. So why don't you name something after gratitude? I'm like, do I really? And because I'm a type of person, like with work, I know I'm good at my job. I know I'm good at what I do, but I don't let that get to me. I want to be as humble as possible. And I always don't think I'm helping people or anything. And I just feel like if I start feeling that way, my mindset, I'll lose my mindset. And I want to keep my mindset. So when he brought that up, he goes, you put a lot out for people. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I think I actually do. So that's a perfect name for the podcast. So that's how this came up, and just trying to, Michael said he's grateful for your friendship. So, and that's why I want to bring in people like you, who are I just feel bring gratitude to other people and just show how humble they are as a person too, and just want to do good for other people. So, I want to say, man, we're approaching an hour, man. I just want to say thanks for being on, man. It's been absolutely awesome. Besides the 434-993-8060, text them in about 10 minutes.
Yes.
Get a hold of you, and where can they find you, my friend?
Right now, I enjoy social media so much, but I'm really working on the internet altogether. So you can put the hashtag Things That Work anywhere. You can type my name in anywhere on Google and any social media site. They're going to show you the best way to get in contact with me because I'm somebody for the people who understand what they're trying to get in their life, then you should be texting me right now. For the other people, just follow the content and get to that, build a relationship with me. Then you can figure out for yourself. But for right now, hashtag Things That Work anywhere on the internet. Or LinkedIn is my favorite social media platform, but I have just about all the other social media outlets.
Awesome. If you guys go in the comments, what I made for the promo has his YouTube channel, has his website. Go find them all, man. You got great video content in there. Hey, before we go, up there in the corner, man, follow the host. Follow me, Nick Dorsey. Follow All Things Gratitude Podcast on LinkedIn too. We just launched our business page, so trying to hit 100 followers by tonight. We're really close, so please help put me over to the top right there. YouTube channel. All our past podcasts are on there. You can find it Nick Dorsey Leadership. Good place to find. Find me on Anchor. That's all our audio versions on Anchor, Spotify, Google, iTunes, all the fun places. Just go to Anchor, stream to your favorite device. Big shout out to Pawn and Nose for being our sponsor today. Thank you over there. I really appreciate it. And hey, everyone, have a safe night. We're putting this behind us. Let's move forward. Let's just have a very great 2021. Let's go with the year going great. Tomorrow, guys, we're going to have a special show at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time with some friends. So New Year's Day with friends. So if you want to, stop on by. I'll make a promo later tonight. And thank you, everybody, for supporting us this year. Podcast had started in the end of September. This is our 29th podcast, and we've done 50 videos. I just really appreciate every single one of you this year who have supported me, who's been there. And you don't know, you guys mean the world to me. I mean, thank you so much. I'm only here because of all you, what you've done and support. So thank you so much. Gratitude to everyone. Jaris, thank you for being on the show, my friend. Everybody be safe tonight. Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2021. Take it easy, everyone.